All right, guys. I think most of you are now here. So,
Hello. Hi, students. Very good evening. I hope you can see me and hear me well. So, if not, no issues. Let me on a class check. Please, you can look at the screens. You will have a poll. Please tell me if my audio is perfect, if the video is good. Okay. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Nice. So, all of you, we have like 9 participants. Let's see who are there. I don't know who is A, sir. We have Anusha, we have Bharat, and then we have Panchavati. I think this I've heard in Mahabharat. And then we have Vasinagaram, and then we have Shama from Haveri, and Shreya MD, and Sneha. Yes, hello, hello everyone. Okay, for the people who say no, I take the majority, and then I see uh, if most of the schools can hear me well and if they can see me well, that means the things are working perfectly fine. Okay, so some of you might have seen me, some of you might have not seen me, but it's totally fine. Uh, I will introduce myself. Okay, chalo. Let me start this. Chalo. Okay. Hi, guys. I am Vinay Anand, and I am your biology teacher, and I am so excited to meet you all. And for the people who have seen me, hello again. For the people who I'm meeting for the first time, so this is my first hi. I hope before we start this session, we'll have a wonderful interaction for the academic year, especially in your 12th standard, until your end of the 12th standard. I hope we have the most productive, most beautiful, and most interesting conversations with respect to biology. Okay. My job is to make you love the subject, and I hope I succeed in that process. Okay. So we will divide the session into 2 halves. Okay, this is basically it's supposed to be a casual session where I get to know you better and you get to know me better. Okay, but since this gap is there where we cannot interact physically or you cannot see me physically, so the digital classes require a separate or a unique way of addressing the audiences. Okay, you are my beloved audiences. So I have divided this session into 2. First, we will just enjoy the subject biology for the first few minutes, maybe the majority of the time. And the second half is quite important. That is when most of the students might be joining. At this point, what I'll do, I will give you something where it will reduce a lot of your burdens in approaching the biology subject. Okay. I hope till this point it's clear, and I just want your approval that I can move forward and get on with the classes. All cool, right? So you can leave, you can chat with me, you can leave a comment. Okay, you can say, sir, this is what I want to learn, or these are my doubts. Okay, can you repeat? Okay, if you don't understand, if I'm fast, you can tell me that I'm fast. If you can't understand my language, you can tell that you're not understanding my language. Okay, anything that causes a little bit of hindrance in your learning process, I'm always here. And I'm very approachable guy. I'm not scary, I feel. Okay, you can just ask me anytime. Cool. So chalo guys, let's start with this. So for a particular reason, okay, biology has been my subject of interest from a very long time. So let's say that from basically when I was like since the time I can remember, uh, I can recall my childhood. I started loving biology for the reasons like I don't know, like crabs used to excite me in the lakes and ponds. I used to go catch crabs, and catching the fishes from the ponds and keeping in the bottles at home, that used to excite me. And certain stages we even went along to look at what are the internal organs of these animals. Maybe some of you might have done it, some of you might have not done it. For the people who have done it, they understand these feelings of curiosity in the childhood when you are like very little kids. And from then onwards, you start to build this relationship with animals. You start keeping pets in the home, like dogs, rabbits, or birds, and fishes. and then you start understanding what they eat, how they live, what diseases they get, why my puppy is so dull, why it is not moving so actively, why he is not talking or she is not talking to me. Now it will become like your younger brother or your daughter or a son, right? So you start worrying about their welfare as well. At that point you start understanding, oh, what do they eat, how much hours they sleep, why do they sleep so much, or why do they sleep so less, why did I give him a wrong food or something like that. Even though it is not, it does not look like much of biology, but it is core biology. You are literally looking into the nutrition, the habitat, the behavior, the psychology of this organism. So these are the small things that add up to the bigger picture, right? And some people might just go to the hospital and then look at the other patients suffering from a particular disease or particular illness, or their family members they might have been observing and they might have been a victim of this trauma, and they have this intention. See, okay, I have this vision in my head where I want to be the person who gives the solution for the people who suffer next. So then you decide to become a medic. Okay, I want to be a doctor. I want to really serve the humanity and the human race, and I want to serve the ill people. And I want to make sure that they never suffer like this for a long period of time. I want to give the best medication. So these are the motives, right? And some people might love agriculture. Okay, maybe because they work with their parents in the fields, or maybe they just go around in the village. They enjoy this greenery, they enjoy the production, they enjoy the whole process, and sometimes they also see the disappointments that happens during the production time, in the farming lands, and then they want to change something else. So this is also another motivation, correct, right? So motives are like small things that are seeded in our brain when we are very young. It's a bigger picture. Even though you don't know where and when it started, it did not start in a day. It never started in a week also. It is a very long process. The things you see, the things you visualize, the environment you live in, the factors like who teaches you or what subjects you have been interested with, all this adds up for a bigger picture of you becoming the whole part of it. Your whole life becomes it. So now you are sitting in my class, and I would say that probably I will be biased here, that to say that you students, my dear students, probably you are the most luckiest guys, luckiest population on in your whole class, I will tell, to be studying the subject. Yeah, please come again. Can you? I cannot hear. I heard a voice. Did somebody say something? Yeah, nothing. Okay, you can leave me a message. I'm seeing your chat. I can see you clearly. So everything is clear, right? The audio and video. Can I check again? Hold on. Hold on. Is the screen blur, guys? Let me ask again. Is the screen blur or any problems you have with the audio or anything? Can you please confirm again? Okay, everything is fine. All right. Two on two. So let's continue then. Sorry for the disturbance. Oh, everybody can hear well. That's perfect. Very nice. Very nice. Now this is nice. Good participation, guys. I appreciate. Little blur. Okay. Maybe I have to tune a little bit, or it's because of the bandwidth sometimes. Okay. Just wait. Um, just turn it. Yeah, little bit. Now is it clear? Make it sharper. Small letters. Sharper. Yeah. I hope by now it should be a little sharper. Yeah. Chalo. Yeah. So the flow is cut. Anyways, I'll come back here. So as I was saying, these little things are the seeds of where it becomes curious. It becomes curious. Curiosity leads to the whole personality itself. Chalo. So let's go and see, what do you think about biology, guys? Tell me faster. What do you think about biology? I called you the most luckiest people for a reason, and I'm going to give the reason in this slide. Tell me, what do you think about this subject? Biology. You can on your audio, I can listen to you, or you can text your answers. Anything would be great. Anything would be nice. Interesting and more to know. Okay, that's an answer. Okay. Any more answers, guys? Come on. Interesting and more to know. Okay, I will wait. I will wait for others' answers also. I'll read it out as you text in. Okay, no problem. And I will move further. Okay. So listen, um, the opinion, if I ask you what do you think about biology, I respect all your answers. Okay, whatever that is happening, the moment you saw the question, something started in your heart, right? Okay, it is about us. Now this answer is where I really really love it. Okay, you almost came to my what do you tell thoughts, you almost read my thoughts now, Panchavati guys. Okay, it is about us. So this us, the word us, actually defines a whole lot of a bigger picture. We are not talking about human beings. We are not just not talking about fishes. We are not just not talking about bacteria or viruses or birds or reptiles or aves, etc. We are talking about the whole spectrum of life. Maybe not just Earth, maybe even the extraterrestrial life. Correct, right? So that is what is biology. Even though we are such intelligent organisms, human beings, correct, right? We are very very intelligent, and we call ourselves intelligent, and the intelligence comes with a common consciousness. So we have this consciousness to understand different feelings, such as it can be fear, it can be anxiety, it can be emotionals, it can be any kind of emotions, you see. So we are able to understand, differentiate, and we are able to give reasons why this happened. Correct, no? And with this intelligence, we have gone further to understand the distance, to understand mathematics, to rationalize why things happen, like why the day and night happens, why there is a change in seasons, what is the distance between Earth and the Sun, what is the distance between Earth and Moon, why the tides happen with the influence of Moon. You see, so all this happened with the with the increase in intelligence capacities of mankind. Yes, of course, we have marveled ourselves with the intelligence in physics, in chemistry, and in mathematics, no doubt about it. And the people who understand and who give more beauty to these subjects are really amazing human beings. On the other hand, we are their biologists. What is our role? We do not invent, we don't invent. We are more in the process of discovering life. We are more in the process of discovering medicines. We are more in the process of giving meaning to what is already existing. So it should not be that interesting. It should be a little boring because we are not doing any inventions, not much of an invention, more of discoveries. Why do we call it ourselves as the quite interesting beings? The reason is, of course, we are biologists and we have to self protect ourselves. See, the thing is, when you have this intelligence and then you try to relate every single organism as your one family, every living being as your one family, you try to break these walls, that this is a dog, this is a donkey, this is a tiger, this is a lion. You just see at the genetic level and understand that even the bacteria to the most complex human being to all the living beings that is existing here, all of us share the same basic chemical makeup or biochemical nature. We are made up of same biochemical nature. By now you already should agree with me, since you have studied this in biomolecules, correct, right? All of us are same. So like our nucleotide composition is same. You check in the virus, or you check in a bacteria, or you check in any of these invertebrates or the vertebrates or even in human beings. Do we have a special nucleotide? No. We have the same nucleotide. Do we have special lipids? Maybe a little bit of alterations, but the basic chemical nature is same. The sugars, the type of metabolism, the type of transport, the type of signals, all of us have shared a common ways in which we are alive. With this being alive, we not only relate with other organisms, correct, right? We also understand how life started and how the life became complex over the period of time. Correct, right? So that is why we call it our special beings. We are not just biologists, we are also enlightened in a spiritual sense. At one point, you will start giving up, Arey, yaar, Darwin, you're right. You're right that you gave the theory of evolution. But, bro, Darwin, listen, life is too much complex and too much beautiful to just put it under the theory of evolution. The creator is too brilliant to design some things like this, the feathers of peacock, or the beautiful dance of scorpions, okay, or the school of whales which are humming and singing, or the school of dolphins, okay. Just to see and embrace this itself is a magnificence, and we get to do this on a daily basis, correct, right? Chalo. And then what is life? How do we define life? So if I ask you what is life and how the life is created, now what is life is a philosophical question. Some people will tell, sir, life is all about struggles, life is all about ups and downs, life is all about winning and losing. So these are all philosophical aspect, but in biology we define life in a different sense, correct, right? We don't see that, okay. Okay, students, listen, I'm going to teach you what is life. And in life, we just wake up in the morning and we start to face our challenges. No, this is a philosophical aspect. We are not in a philosophy class. We are in a biology class. So when we look at life, we look at in a very different perspective than other people. So how do we approach life? We see that anything that breathes, anything that undergoes metabolism, anything that has self-consciousness, okay, anything that has consciousness and is self-aware, anything that has the capacity of movement or no movement, okay, or anything that shows the, which we call it as the characteristics of life, that we call it as living, correct, right? And also when an organism undergoes all this process of life or living, correct, right, it accomplishes a whole bigger picture as life. For example, if I am an organism, when I take birth, I grow through my juvenility, I come to my reproductive stage, I come towards post-reproductive phase, and I come through my aging, and then finally I die. So what have I completed? I have completed the cycle of life, correct, right? So this is the biological aspect of addressing how the life happens, correct, right? So now, if I ask you how the life is created, what do you say? Now, how the life is created? Tell me, guys, I need your answers now. How the life is created? Come on, we are having a general discussion. We need not have always the serious discussions. Of course, from the next class, we go very deeper into neat chapters and neat topics. We will not get a second chance. Now try to answer this. How do you think the life got created? Do we have an answer? Okay. Come on, faster. You can unmute and talk also. Okay. How do you think the life is created? The more faster you respond, the more topics you get to listen. Okay. No answers? You don't know how the life is created? It's okay. Every answer is correct answer. That I would tell you before you answer. Big Bang. Hmm. Okay. Big Bang. Chalo. Okay. Let's use this answer. Let's assume that most of you think that the life got created with the beginning of a Big Bang. Okay. Now, when we see the Big Bang theory or it's a theory, okay, it's a theoretical physics. I cannot tell that Yes, like the entire cosmos, the entire time space started from a Big Bang. And there is no proof for it. Okay, there is no proof for it. It's a theory that is most accepted. Okay, most accepted. And it's not a law, it's not a perfect rule telling that this is how the origin really took place. There is no perfection to it. Okay, there is no 100% proof for it, but it is quite widely accepted. So your friend said that the whole thing started from Big Bang, not just life. If you see the space and time, I don't know if you can visualize this thing, what I'm trying to tell. If you see in the room, what you see here is space, correct, right? There is dimensions to it. So that space and the clock that is ticking, the time, the birth of time happened with the Big Bang. Not only these two, with respect to that, you have the birth of cosmos, like the stars, the cosmic dust, the planets, the galaxies, okay, and the whole expansion of what we see today began at one point, and then it started, expanding. So if you see, of course, through Big Bang, all your cosmos like stars and everything appears, and then you started. You can see that there is the Milky Way, the formation of Milky Way, and around 6 billion years ago, your solar system was formed. Around 6 billion years ago. So at 6 billion years of age, what you can see is Earth was not like Earth. It was just like a hot molten ball with full of fire and high temperature. There is no atmosphere. So there are no gases, what you can see. Completely, it was just a hot balls floating in the space-time. You understand my point? That was our Earth. Now, as the time passed, gradually the cooling happens. Gradually, you can see that after just 2 billion years, okay, within the 2 billion years lifespan, 2 billion years of time frame, you can see that Earth has become completely unrecognizable and very beautiful planet on the whole. It became a blue planet. From a red hot ball to a beautiful blue planet it turns into. Correct, right? Until 1969, we were not even knowing how the planet looks like. Some people were telling that it looks flat, some people were telling it's oval, some people were telling it's ellipsoid, some people were telling it's spherical. So there were so many theories for how the Earth would look like. But until 1969, 68, 69, we would not know the real shape of the Earth. So there was this Sputnik satellite, okay, telescope that took the first illuminated, that means fully lit Earth. Okay, so it looked like a blue ball that is floating in the space. So that is why the first picture of Earth is called as the blue marble. Okay, anyways, so from there, okay, I just told in 2 billion years, you can see so many varieties of life. It's not just one type of life. Just look around you. How many types of plants you come across? How many types of animals you come across? How many types of domestic animals you come across? How many types of wild animals you come across? How many types of birds? The ants, the insects. You get my point. So the list goes on and on and on and on. So, sir, yes, what you're telling is, I understand, but if you visualize it, it's too big and it's too complex to understand this concept. Of course, life originated, there are theories which says that the origin of life happened through chemical evolution, which we'll be studying in the chapter evolution. So somehow the life created. Let's agree that some people say that the gods created the life, and some people say that scientific people, science community says that the life created through the process of evolution. Okay, we stand in center. Why? Because we have not come across those topics yet. So we come across this topic and we accept that, okay, life got created. Let's assume that, as your friend said, the life started, okay, the whole beginning started in January. So that is when the Big Bang happened. Now, what happened by February? You can see that there is appearance of stars, not starch, stars. And then by May, January, February, March, April, May. That is by the 5th month, you can see that there is a proper disk of Milky Way. And then June, July, August, September. By September, the solar system has started. Got it? By October, what happened? There is the presence of oxygen through the process of photosynthesis. By November, there is evolution of life from prokaryotes to eukaryotes. By December, there is multicellular life. And then during the same December, we can split it into how many days? We can split it into 30 days, let's say. Okay. By day 1, 2, you can see that there are amphibians. By 16th, you can see there is reptiles, and then you have the bones and shells, correct, right? And then by 7 or 8 days, you have vertebrates, and then by 9 and 10, you have mammals. By 11 and 12, you have birds. By 13th and 14th, okay, you have the flowers, insects, whatnot. By 29, you have the extinction of dinosaurs. Okay, by 30th, all of them are gone. And then the mammals take over, reptiles gone, mammals take over. By the 31st, what do you have? We have the apes, dawn of the apes, and the humans evolved by 8 p.m. So 31st, by New Year, what are we celebrating? The evolution of mankind. Okay. So if you break down the entire cycle of the beginning of time to the the evolution of mankind, it takes only 12 months. If you reduce it, it takes only 12 months. Most of the activities in the 12-month period, okay, the life started when? December. Correct, right? So see, October it started, but the majority of the life started blooming by December. So every single day in the December, there was some activities happening. So now you can see when you compare the whole time frame and to where the life started to where the life evolved, it's such a short period of time, correct, right? So out of 12 billion years, if you can just reduce in the cosmic calendar, you can see that within few days or within few moments, you have the whole lot of things that has been changed. So let's see further. By 8 p.m., humans and chimpanzees split. Okay, no? So you have the apes and humans split. Now the humans started walking up, right? By 9:25 p.m. By 10:30 p.m., human brain started, becoming bigger. And then their size started becoming bigger, so they become more intelligent. See, by 10:30. By 11:52, they were all wishing Happy New Year. Anyways, modern humans evolve. And then by 11:56 to 11:59 p.m., they didn't stop there. They migrated to the whole planet. And then they started what? Colonizing every single landscape that is known to us now. Okay. So now you can see within such a short period of time how much of change that has happened, or how much of change has happened throughout the history of universe, okay, and especially in the history of Earth. It is very, very fascinating story. If you just not approach it in a theoretical sense, if you just take a deep breath and visualize everything, how things started changing from one aspect to another, and start giving reason why it happened, then you will be like, wow, this is such a beautiful movie to watch in your head, okay, not in the real. Okay, chalo. Somebody texted me an answer. Let me look at it. Big Bang. Oh, that's the same thing. Chalo. Got it. So in a billion years, you can see the whole evolution. I will teach you evolution, right? So I will go in detail with it. Okay. So anyways, this is fine. Now, whenever we see, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Now, when it comes to how can we understand, this is a very important concept when it comes to approaching a subject, guys. Now, some students have the capacity to memorize things. Like they can memorize word to word, which is present in the textbook. I don't tell that they're wrong. Some students, yeah, some students, what they have, their power is they are very, very good at understanding the concept, but they are not able to express it. Now, tell me which is wrong. Is knowing everything or memorizing everything is a wrong way of approaching a subject, or not able to express it but know the concept, okay, which is right, which is wrong? What do you agree with me? Now tell me your opinion. Okay, I want your opinion, even though I'll move further in the class, but I want your opinion, guys. So anyways, I would not say that both of them are wrong. The first person who memorizes and who remembers everything comes with practice, patience, and persistence. So they are very patient, they are very practicing, and they always read again and again until they get it in their head. Now, this doesn't determine that they don't understand the concept. Maybe they understand very deep within, but they cannot express. And the other people are very unique. They're also unique, but other people also, they're acceptable people. How? They cannot put so much efforts in learning the things, okay, by hearting the things and getting word to word in their head. That's not possible because they are not that compulsive in adding the sentences, in remembering the sentences. I would not tell that these students are very dull. They are also very, very smart. Why? Because their understanding of concept is very deep. Okay, let's say that they understand this concept to the core levels of it, and they're able to express in a very excellent fashion. Now, both of them are very good winners. We need both of them, one for perfectionist, one for understanding the concepts. So if you mix both, wonders happen. So that's why your approach of learning is always correct. But only thing is, you have to make sure that you appreciate your learning skills and perfect your own way. Okay, for the particular instance. What is your instance? If you want to become a NEET, okay, if you want to crack NEET and become a doctor, it requires certain skills. It requires perfection. Correct, right? It requires patience. It requires years of dedication. So you indulge yourself and take a deep breath and approach one step at a time, perfecting yourself. Correct, right? So that's why you have, when you want to understand something, first you gain the knowledge and then you experiment with that knowledge and analyze the knowledge and build a deep understanding with the subject. That is when you start loving it instead of just getting the concepts in your head. Got it? No? Chalo. Now, can I be good at biology alone? Definitely not. Definitely not. I would totally disagree if you tell that, sir, I love biology, but I hate chemistry and physics. Trust me, even I am very, very, very bad at physics. The reason I am very bad at physics is because of mathematics. Okay, I have a supreme mathematics skills that I cannot do basic math. Oh, that is my problem. That is my problem. You understand this point? But that did not stop me from understanding, relating my biology into physics. For example, if I want to learn about microscopic techniques, if I want to learn about how do this spectrometry works, how do I analyze a particular physical composition or chemical composition, if I want to do anything that is related to physics with respect to mass, with respect to speed of let us say that you have a microorganism, okay, you have a flagella. So now to understand the flagella and appreciate flagella, I need to know, I need to love physics. Only then I will understand, oh wow, within such a small microorganisms, the most powerful motor that is present in the whole living beings is present in bacteria. It's nowhere found. Even humans have not designed such a beautiful motor, you know, right? For pumping water, for the helicopter rotor. So all these things, it is present in the bacteria. The most efficient motor is present in the bacteria. That how do I appreciate when I start loving physics? Same goes with chemistry. Chemistry is like the heart of everything. Okay, in whichever subject you take, chemistry is like a heart of it. Even though we don't have the capacity, some of us don't have the capacity to remember the reactions completely, or to to just keep everything, all the chemical names, all the process, especially in biochemistry, even though it is difficult. But tell me, when you break down life into the molecular and atomic forms, what is there? Again molecules, right? Again chemicals, right? So the basic chemistry has to be your core, your foundation to understand the subject. Okay, and mathematics, it is somehow in the recent times has become a quite a crucial subject, especially when it comes to bioinformatics and genetics, and then especially in statistical analysis of your data. So that is why basic math is also applied. But I would say, students, biology has three phases, trimukhi. Okay, you need biology as a main phase, and then the side two phases are chemistry and physics. Okay, and the unseen phase is mathematics that you'll come across later. So make sure that you build interest in all of these things and start appreciating science rather than seeing the subject. Okay, chalo. So if I see what are we, what is our job, or why am I here? So see, my job is very, very simple. I want to make sure that the things get into your head very easily. First thing. Second thing is, I want to make sure that you have the confidence by the end of the day that, sir, I can crack the examination. Okay, that is the second thing. Third thing is, I want you to love the subject. That is the most important thing. Okay. So, and among all this, what I do is I create curated topics. I bring the topics that interest you. I bring the topics that are difficult for you to understand in the classroom so that you understand easily in this classroom, okay, in this class. And if you have still problems, I'm always here to address. You get my point? My motto is to make sure that you have to achieve your dreams and you have to bring meaning to your dreams and make sure that you change the whole perspective or the spectrum of your family within few years. Within few years, I want to see my students settled. I want your families happy. I want your parents happy. I want you happy and proud. Okay. So this is my job. Okay. That is our job as Avanti Fellows. Got it? So we see all these things in the later section. Got it? So we know the applications of biology, guys. So hold on, let me see the time first. Yeah, I have 15 minutes. Chalo, let's skip this part and we'll come back to something more important as I promised. I hope you're waiting for that. Okay. Some of you might be telling, oh, sir, I know all these things. Why are you telling so much? But still, it's a nice conversation, I believe. Chalo, 1 second. Just give me. Yeah. Chalo. Now, the most important part here, hold on. 1 second, students. Yeah, I hope you can see here. Can you see it clearly? Sir, where do I start? Some chapters I cannot remember. Some chapters are very, very tough. Some chapters have a lot of examples. Some chapters have, too big. For example, animal kingdom. Some people don't like zoology. Some people don't like botany. Sir, morphology and anatomy is very, very tough. Where do I concentrate? What topic do I concentrate? So if you look at, like, we have broke down around 5 to 7 years of data, and that is a recent data we can always count upon. Okay, and it has been applicable even in the closest examinations that we have seen. So you can see here what I see. Can you see, guys? Is it visible? First of all, can you just confirm yes, no, please? Can you see? Faster, we don't have time. Little blur. Okay, Bharat says it's little blur, and Sneha says it's visible. Okay, don't worry. I will try to explain it. Okay. Also, hold on. Where did it go? Sorry. Now you can see here, guys. Okay. When I take the first unit, that is diversity in living organisms, I have 4 chapters, right? The living world, biological classification, plant kingdom, and animal kingdom. Let's say that we suffer from plant kingdom and animal kingdom. Sir, it's so tough. I can't remember everything. Come back here. How many questions are coming from these 2 chapters? See, in plant kingdom, there are like 10 questions. Out of 180 questions, you can expect that 10 questions are coming from plant kingdom. Almost on an average, 9 questions are coming from your animal kingdom. Got it? Now, total marks that we can expect is around 40 marks from plant kingdom, and then animal kingdom is 36. Now, out of the overall unit, which is our unit, the diversity in living world. Okay, so in this unit, how much is the weightage? See, overall weightage out of 100% of your mark sheet, that is 3 out of 360 marks, only 9.99% is coming from the first unit. So in that, 3.33% of weightage is going for plant kingdom, and then 2.22% only is going for your animal kingdom. Now you can see here where you can apply your efforts. Plant kingdom and biological classification together, if you study, you will be scoring around 6.66% of marks. You get my point? See, and then you see, you read so much of in the living world. How many questions are coming? Hardly 4 questions. Okay, number of questions are 4. In that, at least you can answer 2. Got it? So total marks is 16 marks. So what is the overall percentage? We can expect only 1.11% of marks out of 360. Similarly, guys, you can see here morphology. So morphology, anatomy is very tough. And then structural organization, you don't ask only. It's even more tougher. Come back here. The overall percentage is again 9.99%. All of them are very evenly distributed. So I also have topics, which topics to study in morphology, which topics to study in anatomy, which topics to study in structural organization. We'll talk about it as we move on in the classes. Okay. Now come here. Some of you might neglect a very simple lesson. The lesson is only 4 to 5 pages in the textbook. So I don't have to concentrate. This is where you see, if you see the cell structure and functions, The overall percentage is 12.21% of the weightage. It's very high compared to that of the first two units. In that, you can see that cell cycle and cell division holds the highest level of weightage. Why? Because 6.66% of the marks is coming from this particular questions are coming from this particular chapter. Now you can see how much of marks can I expect. I can expect up to 65 to 68 marks, and 16 to 17 questions can come from this particular chapter. Very important, isn't it? And then the second most important one in this unit is the cell, the unit of life. Even though people might think that biomolecules are so tough and it's so hard to remember, but you can see that adding these two, 6.66 and 3.99, you almost get up to 10% of it. That means you have beaten the whole unit. You get my point? You have beaten the whole unit here. Now come back here. Come to plant physiology. Now plant physiology may few of the chapters are deleted and few of the topics are removed. So later on we'll address with what is a percentage, but you can see that roughly they're all the same thing, like 3.33% is the average. Got it? Now here you come. Digestion though is not there. Breathing and exchange of gases recently have gained a lot of significance. And another important chapter is excretory product and elimination. And next one you have is chemical coordination. So this chemical coordination and integration. These three chapters are very, very important. And next level comes locomotion and movement and neural control and coordination. Neural control and coordination itna bada chapter hai. You know that it's such a big chapter, but still you see the number of questions I can expect is only 3. Out of the 180 questions, I can expect only 3 questions out of here. You get my point? So this is how we split. Now comes your reproduction unit. This is your second year chapter, right? So let's finish up early. Now you can see the first two, first two. Let's say that we are very interested in human reproduction or very interested in sexual reproduction in flowering plants. If you look at that, out of these two, which has more weightage, both of them are very equally important. Okay, you can see that one you can easily understand, one you can easily forget. Which you can easily forget, please concentrate on that. So studying this unit, that is only 2 chapters, will give you 17 questions. That means sexual reproduction in flowering plants, average 10 questions will come, and human reproduction, average 7 questions will come. Together, you will get around 6.66% of marks here. You get my point? So even though human reproduction is easy or interesting or tough, they have the same weightage as reproductive health. Reproductive health also, studying reproductive health also will give the same amount of percentage of marks with respect to human reproduction. Got it, no students? Now come to here. This is a very, very important topic, that is genetics and evolution. In genetics and evolution, one key chapter you have to remember in and out is your molecular basis of inheritance. Why? You see, staggering 22 questions have come. Okay, in the 5 year, on an average, 22 questions have come. 88 marks you can score in one single chapter. At least 80 marks you can score in one single chapter alone. Along with it, if you practice principles of inheritance and variation, boom, you have how much? Almost 100 marks. Almost 100 marks is coming from only 2 chapters, guys. Okay, now you can see that the percentage is very, very high with respect to your molecular genetics and evolution. 11% of the questions come from your second year syllabus with respect to your genetics and evolution. Got it? No? Now, human health and disease is a very easy chapter, very applicable chapter. You can concentrate on that. Next one, strategies of your enhancement of food, is a memory based chapter. Even that is a straight questions. It's easy. All 3 chapters are very, very easy. So it's our scoring. Second year topics are scoring, especially see biotechnology and applications. 14 questions come from this. Holding this biotechnology principles and process and biotechnology and its application, you have how many questions? 25 questions are there here. You get my point? So some of you might be requiring certain amount of marks, maybe around 450 or let's say around 480 marks for the qualification. Some of you might be requiring more. Okay. So basic we talk about. What is the first step? Concentrating on the high weightage units. For example, you have genetics and evolution. How much? 11%. Done. And then you have 13%. Which one? Human physiology. Done. Next one we have plant physiology. Plant physiology, leave it. Next one, structural cell structure and functions. 12.21%. Next you come. Okay, these are the 3. Only concentrating on these 3 units will get you almost up to 35 to 40% of preparation. And then we go for the second level. We can choose like for the second level. What is the second level? Either I can prepare for diversity in the living world or structural organization in plants and animals, which you can memorize and practice well. So 9% ek 9% aa gaya. Okay. And then you go for another one, plant physiology. Got it. And then you go for another one. Either you can choose ecology, or ecology is very easy. It's a direct questions again. Next one, biotechnology, only 2 chapters. Okay. Or you can go for this unit or reproduction. So when you divide your scale between very high priority, medium priority, and low priority, your preparation becomes very, very easy. Now the question is, sir, can I neglect any chapter? No, I will not give you that chance. Okay. I will definitely not give you that chance, guys. So I'll not give you that chance. So what I'm trying to say is, okay, please make sure you give equal importance, but distribute your importance based on proper planning. I'll help you with that process. Okay. So I hope we can have a wonderful journey. It was just like an orientation class, and you get to know me, I get to know you, and we talk about what we're going to do. Okay. From the tomorrow's class, anyway, we'll have a question solving session. From Monday, we are going to really have a serious classes, NEET level, according to your next AIIT examinations. What are the next AIIT exam you're getting? We'll concentrate on that, and we will focus on each topic. And one promise I want you guys to do is, please ask your doubts very vocally. Be very attentive. I know you are very smart students. Some of you we have taken, I have taken interview, and some of you are taken by others. We have spoken, all the teachers have discussed about how you guys are such a precious group of peoples, and it's very nice to teach you guys. Okay. So I hope we bang on the NEET doors, and whatever you're wishing, we fulfill it. Okay, full power. So no problem. Now I conclude my session, guys. Thank you for attending and being patient throughout the session. I hope it was interesting and not so boring. Chalo, before you leave the session, I want one help. Please don't leave. The thing is, I'm going to see some of you have texted. I'll see it. 1 second. I will ask the feedback, class feedback, so that don't go for the core things, generic things. Please answer the generic things. You can answer the poll. Which chapter you will be going to teach in the next class? Yeah, that's what I told you. Based on the AIIT syllabus, probably it will be a biotechnology and principles, or molecular basis of inheritance, or it will be reproductive health. I don't know what you have written in the last test. So we'll see that. Okay. Apart from the last test syllabus, we'll go further. So we'll try to cope up with the syllabus. Once we finish up the rest of the syllabus, we'll come back again and finish up the chapters which are not started now. Okay. So no chapters will be left, guys. All the chapters will be covered. All the topics will be covered. So no need to worry that, okay, we skipped some topics or something like that. Clear? Now I asked you some help. Please do this. And thank you very much for attending this session. I will wait for the results.